We all set? Guys, let's check this out. First technique in Helio Gracie's lesson 11 is the standing headlock escape when the attacker is bent over. The attacker is bent over for a reason. We know that if I'm headlocked, I must immediately try and be square. So I drop into a base with my feet on either side of the opponent, and I try and put my hips in and stand up, right? If I can avoid getting headlocked entirely in the first place, this is how I put my hips in, my back is straight, I look up, and I can even put the frame here a little bit. It makes it hard for him to pull when I put the frame in the soft part of his neck. Sometimes he's strong enough that he can pull me down and he starts to punch, and then I switch my hands to here to block the punch, and we know the escape now, right? Okay, this we've all seen in lessons 1 through 10, these basic elements. In this instance, the attacker is so much stronger that despite my efforts to put my hips in and make a frame, and despite my efforts to block the punch, he just grabs me with both hands and he wrenches my neck to the ground. And look, what he wants to do is throw me like this. See, and then he can sit and he can punch me and he can whatever. But he throws me to the ground, right? And he could, if he's strong enough and has enough leverage, end up bouncing my head off the ground. When he pulls me, I'm going to go like this. Boom, right? I have to avoid this and stay safe. So this is what we do. All right, so let's look at what happens. Sorry. What happens? The attacker's dragging my head to the ground, Rather than fight his leverage, which I've already determined I can't do, I just go with it. So first thing is, look, this backhand. I hold the waist. And now because he's pulling me in this direction, I go with him. I'm going to step the lead foot inside and point my toes towards the back. As I step, I'm going to sit on the same leg that I step with. So I step and sit, and look, it drags him to the ground. Let's go back up, please. The hand that holds the waist acts like a lever, and it pulls him. It pulls him with me. It's my weight sitting down that drags him to the ground, right? Because when I step and I sit with all of my weight, he falls to the ground. Let's go back up. Now, if I land, just like we've demonstrated twice for the sake of the drill, I'll be stuck underneath. I can land with my arm quite forcefully and damage it, especially on the hard concrete. So the second principle that I want to take advantage of, besides the gravity and the position, is the leverage of the roll, the momentum, right? The momentum. So when I sit, I want to roll all the way over. When I sit, I want to step and sit in one motion. I don't want to step and then freeze here and then sit and fall. I want to step and sit all at once. As soon as the foot hits the ground, I'm sitting. So I'm being held and being dragged down, and look, I just step. And this allows my back leg to come over. As soon as the leg comes over, the hands have to go out for base. If they don't, he can still take my head and bounce it off the ground. Hands for base. Very important. As soon as I sit, hands out for base. This leg now, look, I put my weight on my hands, and it makes the leg light. Now I can drag the knee behind the head. And this heel steps in to his hip. He's still holding on because he's strong. No problem. I put the frame in his neck, and I lean my weight. Not my strength. Don't push. You hurt your neck. Lean your weight over and make him let go. As soon as he does, sit up, hold the arm, and step over for the arm lock. All right? Without a partner, it looks like this. I've been held in the headlock. I'm not being punched. and I'm not able to use the frame to make him stand up. So I just go with the gravity. I hold the waist, and now when I step, I put my toes in, and then I sit. And I use this hand under the knee. Look, 1. Hands out for base. The knee goes behind the head. Walk the heel into the hip. Put the frame in his neck. Don't push and straighten, because that's how I hurt my neck. I stay close. He's holding me close, no problem. I'm going to use all of my weight in his neck. When he lets go, I sit up and catch the arm, and then I step over for the arm lock. All right? Questions? Okay, we're good. Let's give it